Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Welcome to Wild Child Records. I'm your host, Jay Stoyan. How you doing today? We have a great show. On the show today, we have the performers. We have Shalaine Stebner and Brandy Wine from the Brandy Wine Band. They're going to tell us all about their experience about our TD fundraiser out in British Columbia at White Rock, Legion 8. Stay tuned. You're watching Wild Child Records. Oh, and we're live on Facebook, so make sure you comment. We'll be right back with Shalaine Stebner and Brandy Wine Band.
This is the Disability Channel telling you to check out Nova Scotian country singer Fraser Newcomb. Blending his own brand of Canadian country and often brandishing his signature lobster-shaped guitar, Fraser Newcomb is a bold new face in the country music scene. Check him out today.
Welcome back to Wild Child Records. On the show today, all the way from Alberta, we have the country gal on their show today. We have Shalaine Stebner. Hey, Shay, welcome to the show.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how you doing? Now, I know we're supposed to also have Brandy Wine Band. Now, I know she's out in Seattle, and I know she's got her hands full, so she might be coming in later in the show. We will keep an eye out for her, but I'm super excited to get the musician's perspective on our super successful fundraiser out in BC. So the mic is yours, Shay. Tell us your experience and I'll jump in.
Okay, so I don't know where you want me to start. You want me to start at the very beginning?
Yeah, kind of start getting off the plane, meeting the people, and then jet setting to the event sort of thing.
Okay, so I got in on Friday, and I got a little motion sick from the plane. So Friday was not fun. But then Saturday, I went to the aquarium because, what else do you do, right? And then Saturday night, we had this absolutely amazing team supper where I got to meet so many people that I was so excited to meet. Tara Kai was there. Fraser Newcomb was there, which, gosh, I love Fraser. I'm like he got a whole bunch of new granddaughters that day. So, oh my gosh, get out of there. So we went out for supper and had a wonderful supper. Barry Parkins was there with Have Music. And then the next day, we got all gussied up and it was snowing like crazy of course, because Vancouver gets like 2 days of snow and it just so happened to be the days that we were there. So we got to the venue and everything was getting set up and, the mighty one is doing its thing and everybody's so loud. And, it was just like a wonderful family reunion and everybody that came, Yulia and her, I think it's her husband from Texas came and, it was just like, and there was, this, Operation Sunshine?
Yep.
Special Agent Sunshine. That's who it was. They were absolutely phenomenal. This was actually their very first show as a band, which was so cool. That was their first. It was like their debut as a band. So that was quite an amazing experience to get to see them. It was so cool. Everybody was just so fantastic. It was an experience that if you weren't there,
so let me jump in. Yeah, so I'll jump in a little bit. I know I want to thank Hive Music because I know we live streamed this, so people were watching the show for 4 hours from around the world. They were commenting. It looked like the place was packed, right? So everybody, packed hall, the Legion was packed. I saw that. Everybody seemed to be having a good time. Lots of people dancing, which was great. I just want to run through a few of the musicians that were there. So we had yourself, obviously, you opened the show. You also part emceed with Tim Steinrach, who was the main MC, and also he was the headliner with the Mighty One. what a presence on stage, eh? Like
Oh,
heavy metal, like oh my god, like
I just
I
love
love
him
the
so
variety.
much.
Yeah, so we had you, we had the Mighty One, we had Brian
Mhm.
Zalo. He was just before Tim. Now he's got a strong connection to the Legion, which is really good for us, right? Which was nice, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I got to give a big shout out to Yulia. Like Yulia
Hmm.
was amazing. I love watching her keyboards and she
Oh,
performed with
so good.
Tara. So
So good.
really good, really good. Tara was great.
Yeah.
Special Agent Sunshine, like you said, their first gig. Who else am I missing now? Who else am I missing there?
Fraser Newcomb.
Frazier, yeah, of course,
Fraser.
our Navy vet, right? Like comes all the way from the
Yes.
East
Yeah, yeah.
Coast, right? It's unfortunate a couple of people
Yeah.
did get sick, but it was a great event. We talked a
Mhm.
little bit about the prizes and the people that donated and supported Shay.
Yeah, so our of course the Disability Channel, as you are part of that was a big one. Big Records, so we were all Big Records artists that were there, so that was super fantastic. The Hived Music, who did all of the production, was amazing. Rise Up TV, we had Purebred that gave a gift card. Veterans House, Surrey Farms. 5 hotel groups, Blue Line Sheet Metals, Top of Vancouver Revolving Restaurant, Metro Van Builders Group. There was just, and Sierra Sil, there was so many sponsors that came out to support us. It was so
I
hard.
love the guitar. I love the guitar.
Oh my
Wow,
gosh. Oh, there was
that
the
was
lady
great.
that purchased it. I think her name was Sheila. I went and sat with them for a minute and I was like, so what are you doing with that guitar?
Yeah,
And she said, I have a granddaughter that plays guitar. And I was like,
that's
okay,
amazing. No,
that's what you're doing.
that is amazing. So as we're speaking, I'm commenting, people are commenting on our Facebook wall. So there was a lot of people that watched the show, a lot of people that attended, a lot of people that supported online. So we really want to thank you. So I just want to let everybody know the whole focus of the fundraiser for the Disability Channel was to introduce ourselves into the province of British Columbia, tie in our involvement at the Invictus Games as media for our veterans, and raise some funds and awareness for our proposed employment program for veterans out in British Columbia. And we reached our goal. So we're very excited. So, yeah, very excited. So, what we want to do is we want to involve, I think, 5 or 6 veterans out in British Columbia, maybe a little bit in the United States. And what we want to do is sort of give them an opportunity to enroll in our next employment program. It's called a cohort, and we'll provide all the details for that. And it'll be a free enrollment because we raise the funds. And then what we want to do through Big Records, Mark and Tim, is we want to do features, 2 or 3 features on British Columbia veterans who obviously performed at the games, right, as athletes, and also their service, right? So we want to kind of combine the 3. We want them to talk about the wonderful province of British Columbia that they're from or where they grew up in. And we want to combine their service and the games and just showcase the abilities around the world and kindness, because we want to do this again in 2 years down in the United States. So we're very excited. We want to thank everybody. I think we're going to take a quick break. And then we're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit about Shay's career and what she's got next happening. So stay tuned. You're watching Wild Child Records. We'll be right back.
Love is the only way. Love is the only way. Love is the only way. Take a breath. Let it be alright. Take a breath. Let it be enough right now. Let this moment be what it is. Let this moment be your doorway to bliss. Seeking love was it seeking you?
Welcome back to Wild Child Records. On the show, we have Shalaine Stebner, all the way from Alberta. Now, she's a country gal with what a voice, Shay. I loved your voice. It was so refreshing and uplifting. Like, it was really, you got a really, really pounding voice. Really, like, good.
Thank you. Thank you
So
so
what do you
much.
got next on the- Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it was so much fun.
That's great. So tell us what you have next on the agenda, because I know we're talking a little bit of doing something in Alberta, and I have maybe some news I can share too. So will you go ahead first?
Well, the next thing on my list is I have my next release, One Dive Bar, is coming out March 28th. And so we're doing a release party in Lacombe at a little bar called Uglies, because that's the perfect spot to do that. So that is the next big thing. And then I know we're kind of getting a little bit of an Alberta tour set up with a lady, Laura, from I think she's from Ontario. And then I think that we're kind of in the beginning conversations about maybe doing a little bit of fundraising for the Legions in Alberta. I think that is what you're alluding to. But
So
hold on.
as we're commenting, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm going to answer the Hawk man asked a question. He said, George Strait or Dolly Parton for the GOAT. How do you choose, right? They're so iconic for so many different reasons. Personally, I will side with George Strait just because he's like my dream man. But you know, it's you're not comparing apples to apples, right?
I have to go Dolly. I have to go Dolly because my dog's name is Dolly, so I have to go Dolly.
Right.
But I'm a George Strait guy. You know, come on,
yeah.
George Strait, like George Strait.
I'm actually more of a Garth Brooks guy.
I would say his voice is almost as good as George Jones. George Jones, I would say, is number one.
Yes.
Number one, or maybe Hank. Maybe Hank.
Yeah. Maybe it's just good. Right. It's just soul filling, right? It's just one of those things when you hear it, you know who he is, and you know that you're going to be like filled by the time it's done.
I love country music, and I love talking country music. Like, I love the stories and the history, and like it's an amazing genre that I was not introduced to until I was, in my later teens or 20s. It was rock and roll for me all the time. And I remember going over to my Newfie friend's house, and he says, "You come into my house, it's steaks and country." And I said, "Well, I'll do the steaks." And he took it on. He took it easy on the country. Go, okay, I'll play some Alan Jackson.
Yeah, easy into it.
Travis. Some really, really sort of main of the road country guys. And then he started to slip in Hank and Waylon.
Oh yeah. Get a little outline to you.
Getting back to Alberta, so this is what I want to say. So we have lots of support from down south in the LA music scene. So right now we're planning some things, and actually Lori Davis. Hey Lori, I know you're watching. She's got her show today, and she's an Alberta girl, so I know she would be well on board for the media. So what I'd like to do, Shay, is maybe if you can start to look for the friendliest Legion in Alberta. I'm going to bring some LA people. We're going to bring some BC people. We're going to bring some Toronto people, because we have a few things going on I just wanted to share. So perhaps a fundraiser in Alberta, right, on one of the Legions. We also have an event coming up in September in Montreal, right? So we're going to be doing a music event through Big Records in Montreal. We're also planning an event down in Illinois at our property called Hope Stock. And I'm just on the phone now with the people in LA, and we're talking about, we're doing a telethon. So we're going to do a telethon for veterans. And I think if everything works out well, we're going to do it at our location in Illinois. So we might do a 3-pronged tour of, actually maybe even a 4-pronged, because if we can work out something in Alberta, I know Fraser Newcomb has a whole slew of dates lined up in Ontario, which I'm going to be supporting him with. Right. And I think that's in May, if I'm not Montreal in September, and then go down to Illinois in July and then just continue. Right. So a lot of good things going on. And I also want to let people know right now we're at the Super Bowl. So we're at the Super Bowl live doing interviews. I've already been a couple of times. We're on today with Sirius XM. Just crazy stuff. And it's all about promoting our programs.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely. I love that.
So tell us a little bit about the latest singles that you have. Where could they find them? What's going on with them, Shay?
So everything is available on literally anything that you stream. You just got to search up my name and it should pop right up there with my smiling face. So I've got 2 that are coming out on March 28th. So one's called One Dive Bar and the other one is called The Devil Is Mine. So One Dive Bar is just, you think of like the diviest bar and all of the things that, keep you coming back to those dive bars. And of course, in the song, it's a man or a woman or whatever. It is a significant other that, you're not supposed to be around, but you just keep going back to them. And then The Devil Is Mine. Now, The Devil Is Mine is kind of it's got kind of like an old school Mexican, Texas kind of feel to it. And it's a story about this man who, gets all these women and, steals their soul. Oops.
It's a country song. That's what country's all about. So I really like this. This is so good. Look at these people. We just had people now calling in from Wisconsin now. So Sue from Wisconsin saying, hey, nice to see you both. We have, who else do we have? We have that Hulk, man. He's on fire. So this is great. We love it. If people want to find out more information, Shay, about where your music is or where you're playing next, where could they go? Oh, I think she's frozen. So, we're going to take a quick break. If you want to find out more information about Shay's music, you can check out our website, thedisabilitychannel.ca. You can also go on our Facebook page, as we're going to be updating what we're doing regarding the music scene, whether that's concerts, gigs, big records, new performers, new musicians. I think we're good. I think let's do this. Talk to my producer. Let's take a quick break, see if Shay's back, and we'll come back and we'll wrap the show with her, and then we'll see you next time. You're watching Wild Child Records. We'll be right back.
This is the Disability Channel telling you to check out country singer Dan Wesley White from Del Rio, Texas. Dan is a U.S. Army veteran who blends his experiences with a unique mix of Tex-Mex, Texas swing, rock, and country influences. If that sounds up your alley, check out Dan Wesley White today.
Welcome back to the show. Now, you got to love technology. I don't know if Shay's there. Can you hear us, Shay? Can you see us? Give us a wave. No, she's frozen. So that's all good. So what I want to do now, she's back. There she is.
We have backup for a reason.
There you go. So I was going to say, before I let you go, Shay, if people want to find out more information about your music, where could they go to? How could they support you? How could they donate to a wonderful cause, the Disability Channel, and of course, Shay's music? So where could they go, Shay?
Yeah, so you can head on to my website, www.shalainestebner.com, or you can head over to Hive Music. So Hive Music is a really cool platform. You can sign up to be in my fan club. There's also a bunch of merch on Hive Music. So for my One Dive Bar release, I had the coolest photo shoot in a bar, and so we just have like the coolest, swankiest promo photos for it. So you can get them on t-shirts and tank tops and stickers and magnets and all that cool stuff, and all those magical things kind of go back to making more music. So we appreciate it very much.
I love that. Before I let you go, I love that because we're building something real special here for independent or mainstream artists, right? And Shay's a testament, right? We have about, we had 8 musicians that are attached to big records, but we have 3 components now together with big records and Mark Rosner. He handles all the talent, right? So he he sort of interacts with all the talent, make sure they're taken care of and making sure they're promoted and their careers moving along. Barry with Hive Music is all about the live streaming, which is so technical. It's a very high quality in. And when I was talking to Mark, I said, okay, tell me the difference, because I'm not technical on that end, live stream as much. So how is this going to help musicians, and compare it? So I said, compare it to Spotify. Well, we all know Spotify, you don't make anything if you're a musician, absolutely nothing. And with Hive Music, you make money. So that's the difference. That's the difference, right?
Yeah.
So, and in the Disability Channel, we have a vast platform of media from radio, television, online, our Sirius XM show, live gigs, fundraisers, networking. So we're here to promote all the good things, including the live stream and big records. So it's a three-pronged monster that's growing, which is great. But we couldn't do it without you guys, without musicians.
And all hands on deck, right? It's not just one person that does everything. We all kind of chip in, and I sat with Barry for a couple of hours to do my merchandise because I have a very specific way that I wanted it to be. But and sometimes artists don't really care about that stuff. They're like, just put it on a shirt or a hat and we'll call her good. But yeah, it takes a whole team to do anything, really. It's very hard to do it and very expensive to do it yourself.
And the fundraiser was a great testament to that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If people want to, if they want to find out more, you can go to Big Records. You can go to Hive Music, go to the Disability Channel. The video is going to be all there, and we're editing a professional showpiece for everybody. So this is going to be great.
I'm so excited to see it.
So I really appreciate being on. I think I'm going to wrap the show again. So I really appreciate one more time your website. People want to find out, where could they go?
www.ShalaneStebner.com.
That's great. Okay, I'm going to be back to wrap the show. You're watching Wild Child Records. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
This is the Disability Channel telling you to check out rock group Special Agent Sunshine from BC, featuring singer Bipolar Man and producer M Rock. Listen to their new single, 1,000 Highways Today, and feel the sunshine.
Welcome back to the show. Again, on the show today, we had Shalaine Stebner from Big Records. She was one of the performers out of our very successful fundraiser out of White Rock Legion 8. Want to thank Chris. Want to thank all the team out there. I want to thank Brian. Brian, thanks a lot. You really stepped up for us since you were the neighborhood guy. You really helped us out. I want to thank the fans, all of our sponsors. We had a silent auction. We raised a lot of money. We reached our goal. Now we're going to continue to help veterans out in BC. We're going to move to Alberta. We're going to move to Montreal. We're going down to the United States. I just want to give the people out there a couple updates. Watch for a new television series called Flanagan's, all about a gang life involving street gangs, bikers, and the mob. Very exciting. The Disability Channel is going to be involved in that, creating jobs for our TDC graduates. I want to thank Sirius XM. They're so supportive of us. Check them out. Check out the Bilal Vakani show with Jay Stoyan. Toronto was Sirius XM Toronto, 34 million subscribers all over our Facebook page. Invictus Games, we're there all week. We're going to be filming. You're going to see lots of accessible footage. The Disability Channel is actually the only media company at the Invictus Games that's creating accessible videos for our community so you can watch, hear, and listen. We're very excited about that. Again, we're going to be planning our fundraisers in the future. Hey, we're going to be helping those seniors. We're stepping up with Keith and Kathy. Kathy, you're amazing. I know you're watching. Thank you so much for doing this. Hey, February 20th, I'm going to be sitting down with the Ontario Premier, Doug Ford. Woo. I'm going to interview Mr. Ford. He's been so supportive of our platform. I don't think I'm going to talk tariffs with him. Just all positivity about our programs. We're going to be doing a CEO challenge coming up soon. So much going on. I want to thank Cleveland Clinic. Thanks for helping me out there. Really appreciate it. Again, I'm Jay Stoyan. Save a veteran, hug a veteran, say hi to a veteran, say thank you to a veteran. Again, you're watching the Disability Channel and Wild Child Records. We'll see you next time.
Audio Jungle.